Well, 5.0 dropped. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Discussion videos, many of them here on YouTube I've seen, they always put like plot relevant stuff in the background. I'm not gonna do that. I've watched a couple of videos discussing 5.0 and Natlan, and they be having like spoiler stuff in the background. Like, don't do that. I get it. It's exciting, it's cool, but it's only a week out. Like, it's only been out for like a week, and so when you're watching someone's video and then like a screenshot or a background clip comes up and it's like plot relevant, but dude, why'd you do that? No, I mean, it's whatever. I know you have to watch out for that stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to do that here. That's my whole point. Anything playing in the background will be things that you can see early on getting into Natlan. It's not going to be anything late on or meeting anybody super important or anything like that. So don't worry there. Yeah. Anyway, so 5.0, yeah. What is it? How am I feeling about it? What's going on? I'm feeling it's pretty good. It's a good time for the game. I think it's a kind of a revival, you can say. The game really has needed to feel fresh and new for a while. It's been the same old thing for a long time. And honestly, it's still pretty much the same thing. It's not like it's crazy different, but I think just knowing that there's these improvements under the hood, and knowing that they're making changes and that it seems like things are finally being listened to, I think that goes a long way for making the game feel more enjoyable, like just knowing. And yeah, it's come later than what it ever should have. I think we can mostly all agree to that. These have been some changes and things that have been long overdue, and there's still more that needs to be done. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, where's my artifact loadout? Where is it? I said it before. Where's that at? But you know, take it as you get it. That's cool. All good. But I do want to make that clear. Yeah, this stuff has been a long time coming, and this is later than it should have been. But that's okay. Now it's here, and now I'm chilling, you know. We're just gonna play it and wait for more. So, but the amount of people who get absolutely in their feels when you say you're happy with the Genshin's current direction, it's bonkers. It's crazy. When I made my 5.0 is Unreal video about being optimistic about Genshin's future, a few accused me of shilling. One comment even said I sound like an abuse victim. What? Really? God, y'all, it's really funny more than anything. Like, I can't even get mad at that kind of stuff. I can't get mad at that. That's just wild and funny. Like, that's just funny. It's not that deep, dude. Never mind diminishing the trauma of actual abuse victims. Like, sheesh, man. And like, I've personally never even insinuated that Hoyoverse or Genshin are perfect. Like, come on. In fact, when you think about it, the very opening text of that video would suggest as much. Like, it starts out with, "I have never been more optimistic." Like, that's the first 6 words of the video. Oh, my vocal quote, it was like, okay, it was, "I quite literally have never been more optimistic about the state of Genshin, or not really the state so much, but more so the direction it's taking." Think about that. All jokes aside, think about what that's really saying. Okay, first of all, the optimism. That just means I was hopeful and confident that the game was on the right track. But there at least has to be 1% of doubt there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be optimistic about Genshin's future. I would be, I would rather claim to know Genshin's future is on the right track. And that's closer to shilling. Like, if that's shilling right there. When you say, oh, it's definitely better. It's definitely going to be better. I was expressing things that made me think it was going to be better, but I was optimistic. There's still at least a little bit of doubt there, Contrary to what it may seem, there's still some doubt and optimism sometimes. Sure, I believe things would feel better for the game going forward. Or to say it another way, and sure, I was optimistic, but in a way, that still implies acknowledgement that I could be wrong. That after it's, all said and done, the changes might still feel underwhelming. In contrast, when shilling, there's like nothing to be optimistic about or hope about, as the shill is convinced wholeheartedly that the thing in question is already perfect or will be perfect, with zero debate or no doubt. So that's the way I see that one. And take into account another word in that 6-word string. When I said I have never been more optimistic, the word never, that I wasn't being hyperbolic. Like, it was in no way an exaggeration. Never before had I felt as optimistic about Genshin than after seeing the 5.0 changes. But what does that mean? It means that throughout 4 years of the game, my optimism, my hope, had never been as high. I know Genshin haters and Hoyo haters may think that's shilling, but if anything, it's a forward-moving criticism of the past. That I, am hopeful about the new direction and changes. But it's notable that I'd never felt that way before. That I never felt so optimistic until now. That's not a great thing to have to say. I don't think that's the shill you think it is. No, that is not a shill, dude. That I'm sorry. But if you really think about it, yeah, that's not a positive thing, really, when you get down to it. But that's the nuance in words. It's whatever. I'm not explaining that any more than I already have. That's the thing about haters and shills, though, in my opinion. They tend to think in extremes, and then they project as much. And then someone with a simple optimistic or pessimistic viewpoint every now and then gets labeled as a shill or hater as well, when all they're truly doing is like expressing hopeful excitement if they're being an optimist, or doubtful concern if they're being pessimistic about something. It's whatever, man. I'm not explaining past that. We're all smart people here. I do think one interesting point I've seen made in several places, though, from that video's comment section to Reddit, other YouTube videos, all kinds of places, is when people say, Genshin's only changing because it has competition. Or they're like, Genshin's only changing because its old players are leaving. Like, dude, yeah. Dude, that's what happens. What? I'm sorry. The amount of players that say that they're like mad at Genshin and Hoyo because Hoyo didn't do these changes out of the goodness of their heart, though. It's astounding. No, I don't think it's astounding because I disagree or something. I agree as well that these changes didn't come from the goodness of their heart, but it's like, what's astounding though is, one, the number of people who believe that a corporation would just do that. And two, letting that be a deciding factor for your enjoyment. Like, dude, I hate to break it to anyone, but that's corporations. What? Oh my god, like, yeah, Genshin's 4 years old, okay? So it's probably losing some veteran players. Genshin now has Wuthering Waves snatching players too. But Genshin is also a product of a corporation, though. And one thing we know about business is, if Tactic A is making tons of money, don't go to Tactic B. There's a common phrase, we've all heard it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Genshin was always a money printer for them, like, and honestly, it still is. So in their eyes, there was nothing to fix, even with complaints. Now the game's aging a bit, and there's the heat of competition. So yeah, they're listening to the criticisms now, but no, they didn't need to before. They were making money. That's what happens. But yeah, they're making changes now, and I'm glad for it, because we'll get a better Genshin now. They're changing it to, be more of the game that we were wanting it to be. So now that that's happening, I'm not, like, losing my mind over it, like, oh, it's too late for me. Whatever, dude. But I in no way expected them to just reach this point without some external factors like player retention or competition or whatever. Nor am I going to let the fact that this is likely all business take me away from experiencing the game. Because if that's the case, I couldn't play any game. Not just the gacha ones, but like any game, dude. Every decision is a money decision. Even when games give you a free 5-star at their anniversary, it's an investment decision to make you feel appreciated. But why? It's because they want to keep you as a player, dude. They want to make money. Retention rewards are still based on retention. Yeah, it's to make you feel special and give thanks, but if you don't think there's a secondary ulterior motive, you're fooling yourself. Even Wuthering Waves, being so generous in its opening weeks, and characters are like 10 pools cheaper in that game, weapons are 100% guaranteed, you can't lose. I love all that about Wuthering Waves. I love that, it's great. But you think that's for player benefit? No, it's an enticement factor to make you want to spend more time and more money on that game. Yeah, it's generosity, but it's generosity as a sales pitch. Like, it reminds me of my area grocery store. It's a Kroger, and you get a Kroger card, right, with your home address and everything linked to it, and you get in-store deals with the card. But you also get, like, coupons in the mail, because again, your address is linked to it. And these coupons are very targeted towards you and things you normally buy, thanks to tracking purchases with the card, right? So, like, they know things you commonly buy. Not once have I ever received these coupons and thought to myself, oh wow, Kroger is sending me these because they appreciate me. No, that's not how that works. At all. It's something to get you back into the store and spend more, maybe even sooner than you normally would. It may be discounted now since it's a coupon, but hey, making some money is better than making no money for these companies, right? So yeah, they offer you a deal, and you can take them up on it, and that's what that's about. It's not because they care about you. Come on. I don't know, I just think it's a little targeted to say Hoyoverse is only now making changes to Genshin because of population and competition, so screw that game. When that's corporations 101, dude. Like, honest question, okay, imagine Burger King sells a $7 meal for years, right? And everyone's like, that's a little pricey for what's in the bag, Burger King. But Burger King makes no changes to the price, no changes to the food, nothing. For like 4 years straight. Alright, and then McDonald's comes along. Imagine they come along with a $5 meal, very comparable to the Burger King $7 meal, and then Burger King lowers their $7 meal to $5 to compete. Do you think anyone is going to say, oh, they didn't listen to our suggestions, they're only changing their meal price because of the competition. Screw Burger King, I don't even like them anymore. But what? No one is going to say that. No one. You're capping if you say that. No one says that. No one cares. They're just happy that Burger King finally made a change. Especially if they actually prefer the taste of Burger King, dude. No one's caring that they did it for competitive reasons rather than consumer suggestion. Like, no one cares. And, it's gonna make me sound like a super consumerist. but I could care less the company's motivation. I want a better game. I want a better burger. I want a better product. I've accepted that a business is going to biz. Businesses are going to biz. That's what they do. All said, I'm very happy with what I've experienced so far in Genshin and Natlan. It's been fun, but the whole motivation thing, that people need to let that go. Let that go. Like 5.0, yeah, their motivations are probably pretty selfish. It's whatever. They're going to biz. They're a business, okay? Oh, whatever. Anyway, yeah. But Natlan, going back to Natlan 5.0, yeah. I have Mualani. I have her weapon. I have Kachina and the craftable Natlan pole arm. But I've yet to really bring them out as characters. I'm still building them, and it's making things a little difficult because I know I should be using Kachina to like scale the walls and stuff. But when I bring her out, I want her to be strong. Same with Mualani. I always feel weird using a character when they're like level 50 or something. I want them to be like at least 70 or 80 with good talents and decent artifacts. They don't have to be the best, but I want them to be usable. Though I think if you go through the quest, you get quite a few Mualani materials, I think. If that's what they said in the stream, I think that's what they said. Like, you get enough to build her pretty high, so I'll probably do that pretty soon. Because I want both characters up and running by, like, next weekend. Mualani and Kachina. Not perfected. They don't have to be perfect, but I just want them running. Serviceable, you know? And the new world level, it helps too. Level 9 feels so good. Enemies drop insane amounts. It's noticeable. I definitely notice it. And I guess I noticed it in Challenge 2. I almost got 2-shot by an enemy. That was crazy. It surprised me. It's nuts. Which, I mean, I expected it, I guess, to a degree. But, yeah. It just feels better to play a game with beefier enemies, even if they're not extremely beefier, but at least they last longer than a single shot. And, you know, I can die if I'm being stupid, so that's something. No, but yeah, I'm liking it. Natlan has good vibes so far. It's really good. It feels fresh. Just feels like a new beginning. I'm here for it. I like it, so, and I'm pretty happy to see some, I'm kind of happy to see some skin diversity. There is some here. It's mostly in the NPCs. They're not playable characters, but even in NPCs, it's cool to see. Kind of shocked me, to be honest, not gonna lie. Some were darker than I expected. Some are like my own skin tone. Some are darker than that, I believe. That's cool. Yeah, Genshin's cool. I'll be updating as time goes on too, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I was surprised to see that after my limited exploration, that the map completion was already in the teens, like over 20% in each of the regions, sub-regions, I guess you would call it. I didn't feel like I scoured the map that much, so that was kind of weird. Is Natlan not full of stuff? I don't know. Then again, with Natlan being new and stuff being everywhere, basically, percentages probably jump up sharply at the start, and then flatten out the more you discover things. I just think of my experience with the oculi. Dude, I probably took just as long finding like the last 8 dendroculi in Sumeru as what I did the entirety of the rest. Maybe even the last 6. So, I don't know. I'll watch Natlan completion as I go. Plus, there should be some expansions coming as well in the future. We all know that, but I was shocked to look at my map after just like an hour and a half or a couple of hours, it felt like, and see that I had around 20% completion in each sub-region. There's no way. Or maybe I just play fast, I don't know. But I can't wait for more. I want every upcoming character. I want Kinich, I want Shilling, I want the Archon. Kinich looks like a game changer for traversal. Not gonna lie, it looks like grappling and Wuthering Waves. A lot. Like a whole freaking lot. But it's whatever. I don't care, dude. He's gonna be fun, so. And oh yeah, I called it back then. In my Natlan character preview video, him and Aja, I called him Aja at first. Yeah. No, but they're bound together. Like, they are kind of like a dual character thing. A single package. Funny dynamic, though. I like Aja. And speaking of recent discussions, my video, what was it? I forgot the name. I think it was What Will Geo Become in Natlan? I'm not looking at anything right now. But it seems sorta, kind of, like I might have been on track. Like, kind of? It doesn't seem like they went full crystallize with Kachina and, I don't know, Shilling yet. But the Cinder City artifact set, it seems like it turns Kachina into a crystallized support, in a way. Like, it makes crystallize useful. I've seen that said a few times. Again, I need to build my own Kachina and play around with it to really see it for myself. But it seems like they kind of did it. Like, I don't know, we'll see. But it doesn't seem like they made her so much a crystallized support as it does they made an artifact set which makes crystallize useful on her, or something like that. But I'll be able to make those kinds of judgments for myself when I have her built and everything, so yeah, we'll see when we get there. But anyway, okay, that's it. That's my thoughts, you know. I'm going to go and play some games. I have like 10 days off from work. I took a vacation, so I'm going to be playing this. I'm going to be playing Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, and other games that are not these games too, as well as just chilling, relaxing. So yeah, and expecting to do some discussions on those other games too. I know they're kind of just not around. I've been talking about mostly Genshin for quite a while, but I do still play those. And so I do plan on talking about them, but it's just whenever I work them in, you know. But I hope everyone else is having a good time with 5.0 as well. It's pretty cool to me, you know, and things are going to hopefully be getting even better. So I'll be speaking about the game more as I unlock more stuff and get deeper into Natlan. But for now, that's all the shilling I'm going to do for today. Everyone have a good one. Peace. Shilling, give me a break.